Today we're going to do a short 14-minute stretch exercise and focus on our back and our legs. To begin, we're just going to start with a few deep breaths in and out, just to center ourselves. And when you're ready, you can then start to rock back and forth on your feet, just to get a little bit of blood flowing and find our center of gravity. We'll then start to get our hips nice and loose, and we can start swaying from left to right, only gently. And if you want to, you can start increasing your sway a bit more by a bit more, lifting a heel at a time and getting a gentle twist to your back. Bring the swaying to a stop and bring your feet a hip width distance apart. Raise your arms up and then bring them down in prayer position to your heart and slowly bend forward, one vertebrae at a time, and come down to reach your toes, all the while breathing in and out. When you're at the bottom, you can hold onto your toes or your legs, put your hands on the floor wherever's comfortable for you, and really try to make your top body loose, releasing the tension. Come up into half forward bend and then back down to reach the floor. Stay here for a breath and then come all the way back up. Put your arms above your head and bring your hands back down into prayer position. And we're going to do that again. So then slowly bring your hands back up, down into prayer position, and slowly come down to reach your toes vertebrae by vertebrae. This time we're going to stay at the bottom a little bit longer and hold on to the back of our legs and try to deepen the stretch. Hold where it's comfortable for you, and when you're ready, release your hands, cross them over each other and start swaying from side to side. Help to release your lower back. Then bring your arms back down to the ground. Come back up into half forward bend. Hold for a breath and back down to the ground. Stay here for a breath, and when you're ready, come all the way back up, arms above the head, palms together, and down into prayer position. Now we're going to work on really getting a deep stretch in our legs. So put your feet in a wide stance position. Raise your arms again, palms together. Bring down into prayer. Slowly bend over, coming down vertebrae by vertebrae, and try to touch the ground with your hands. Once again, come down as far as you can. You can deepen the stretch here by moving your legs a bit wider if you'd like. And when you're ready, you can just hold onto your arms or onto the floor and just stay here for a moment, slowly deepening the stretch. You can bring your arms behind you and walk them out. Get you closer down to your thighs and your head closer to the ground. When you're ready, you're going to move your body over to the left side and lean over your left knee. And then slowly walk your hands back to the center and then to your right side, leaning over your knee, getting a nice stretch down our sides. And we're going to come back into the center. Stay here for a moment. Bring yourself down closer, and when you're ready, come back up. Arms above your head, palms together, and down in heart position again. Repeat that again. Arms up, hands together, down into prayer position, and slowly come back down to the ground. We're going to move now down onto our left leg, kind of into a squat position, and stretch out our right leg, keeping it nice and straight. Try not to lock it in, and bring your hands up into prayer. This is always a test of balance, so you can hold on to the ground or your thighs if you'd like to. It's a good stretch, and then we're going to move over to our right side and repeat. You can see it takes my face a lot of concentration to be in this position. Then come back up into our wide stance, bringing our body forward, hands to the ground. Hopefully you'll see a deeper stretch than when we initially started this. Come all the way back up, palms together, and down into heart position. Stand up, shake it out a little bit. That was a deep burn. And we're going to come to the edge of our mat. Arms up, palms together, down into prayer. Slowly bend forward, coming down vertebrae by vertebrae. Hang there for a moment and walk yourself out into downward dog. I'm going to start walking out our calves, stretching them heel by heel, and keep walking them out. I just saw a piece of paper go across the ground, so I have to quickly go and get it. But keep walking out your heels, and I'll join you in just a moment. Give them a nice good stretch. And then you're going to bring your right leg forward into a lunge position. And slowly raise both of your arms up and come into a warrior one forward bend position. We're going to hold this for a little bit. Balance and make sure you're constantly breathing. Then when you're ready, you're going to bring your arm back and come into a warrior two position on your left leg, lunge. Hold these positions for a good 5 breaths, trying to go a bit deeper and deeper, always making sure that your knee is never over your toes in that lunge. Come back into your warrior one forward bend position. And when you're ready, you're going to bring your hands down to the ground, step your right leg back and come into a downward dog. Stretch it out till you're comfortable. Walk your feet to your hands. I just did this really so I could turn around, but you're welcome to stay where you were. And we're going to do this now on the other side. Arms up, palms together, hands down into prayer. Slowly come down vertebrae by vertebrae, hands to the ground, and walk them down into a downward dog position. Nice stretch. When you're ready, you can bring your left leg forward into a lunge position and slowly raise your arms up into a warrior one forward bend position and hold there for 5 breaths. After 5 breaths, bring your right arm back and turn around. Lean into your right leg lunge and come into a warrior two position. Once again, leaning into that lunge, making sure your knee doesn't come over your toes. And when you're ready, come back into your warrior one forward bend position. Here for a couple of breaths, and then bring your hands back down to the ground, bringing your left leg back into a downward dog position. Bring your knees down, come into a tabletop position, and come back into a child pose. Give your lower back a nice stretch, and relax here for a few breaths. When you're ready, come back up, and now we're going to come and sit cross-legged on the floor. Take a couple of breaths to yourself, and then come down onto your back with your legs up into a Pilates tabletop position. Bring both of your knees down to the left. Twist your upper body and look to your right, extending your right arm out, and have your left hand holding on to your right knee, pulling it down to your left. This will give you a really nice lower back stretch and twist. Then when you're ready, bring both of your knees back up to center and then over to your right hand side. Hold your knees down with your right hand, extend your left arm out, twist your upper body and look out to your left arm, and give a nice stretch to your lower back and a nice twist. Hold for another 5 breaths. Then bring your knees back to center, and here you can hold and hug your knees into your chest. If you want to, you can also grab behind your knees if it's easier to reach to, and to pull your legs up with a nice curvature. Bring your lower back into the ground. Then you can hold on to both of your toes, your big toes. Bring your legs out wide whilst bent and come into a happy baby, rocking from side to side and massaging your spine. Stay here for a few breaths. Welcome to hold this as long as you'd like. And when you're ready, you can let go and bring your knees back down and your feet back down to the ground. Extend out, slowly come up, and we're done. Thank you for joining me.